What's going on, my people? Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you saw the last Chuck Bagger video where we did the 150cc GY6 swap on this bad boy. And yep, I still need to go ahead and clean this carburetor again and get it just running great, but really not worried about that right now. We know the engine runs great, it's just a little tweaking, no big deal. But check it out, guys. I got these 7/8 bar shackles, clamps. I don't remember what they call these things. Anyway, we need these so we can mount our foot pegs. Remember now, we're going to use a bar and we're going to weld our foot pegs, well, weld mounts for our foot pegs on the end. But what I want to do is I want to use these clamps to clamp a bar, not this one because this one is too small. I need to go get the right 7/8 bar. And what I want to do is I want the peg to sit kind of there, and then we want to weld a strap to the bottom of this to go back to this hole here so we can mount straight down through. So it'll kind of sit something like that. Get that on the other side and show you. Something like that with the foot pegs on the end. So yeah, I'm digging that. I like that better than being way down here. So yeah, guys, we're going to do that, and also we're going to add our other shock, because remember I said at the end of the last video I want to go dual shock because Chuck Bagger is heavy with all these bags on here. So here's my top shock mount, and I got the swing arm. Now this swing arm comes off of a long case GY6 150cc, so it's a little too long, so I'm going to have to like cut it in the middle and bring it together. But before we do all that, guys, I'm going to have to swap out the short axle. So whenever you ever heard anybody saying they want a long axle instead of a short one, well, it would be me. So all right, guys, I got the a gasket kit because we're going to have to split the final drive case and pull the gears out to put the long axle in. I'm going to show you guys a long axle we're going to use, so it's kind of going to work out for me because I need this axle in the other engine. Okay, let me get the Someday Trike Project axle out of the way. Yep, now we got two trike projects that's going to be coming up here soon. I got plans for both of them. Probably going to do the one here with the 10-inch wheels first because it's going to work better for the project I got in mind. But anyway, here is our long axle right there. So I'm gonna pull this long axle out of this engine case and swap it over to the other one, and I'm gonna swap that one back over to this case because this engine is not going to go on this trike frame. It's going for something else. It's probably going to be going for the Chuckopolitan. Yes, there it is. That old Chuckopolitan project that I was showing you guys in another video. But yeah, if I can get the cover off, I'll show you for those of you that hadn't seen it yet. Yeah, this is an all Chinese met rut called the Chuckopolitan. So Chinese scooter up front and Mad Dog in the back. So yeah, that's coming up on another project. We're going to use that 150cc engine on this project. So here it is there. All right, guys, I'm gonna jump on the Yamaha and go ahead and run up here to the store real quick and grab that bar. And I need to grab some paint brushes because we already got the fiberglass going down. I got just fiberglass. I hadn't put no mat on it yet. I'm just kind of trying to get it stiff and get it shaped the way I want it first before I start doing all that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start. I got to lay another fiberglass on the inside, and we're gonna continue doing this while we're doing all of this. Sorry guys, let me stop jaw jacking and get to work. All right, guys, fresh from the store, went to Harbor Freight and picked up like 5 of these little 69-cent paint brushes so we can finish our fiberglass and the side panels. And went to Lowe's and I grabbed the 1/2-inch 18-inch long bar for the foot pegs. That fits. These shaft collars is what they're called, shaft collar. I couldn't Couldn't remember what they call them first. But I got these at Amazon, guys. And if you're going to be doing your own custom made motor mount, this is it. I think I paid $13-14 for them, maybe even cheaper. I can't remember. But yeah, guys, that's going to work out good. Now this pipe is threaded, so I am going to have to lop off the threads. But if you look at it, I got plenty of room. No big deal. So I just lop them off at the threads. Then I'm gonna come over here and cut these mounts out for the where the old foot peg position was. I'm just gonna cut them off and weld them on the end of that, and that should be simple. All right, check it out. Got the wheel off already, so I'm going to go ahead and take off the engine cover over here on the side. See how I got my exhaust from my other pipe? I just got it zip tied to the kickstart for right now. Now I'm going to leave that kickstart on, guys, because it did work. It does work. So just in case old Chuck Bagger gets caught slipping out there in the streets with a dead battery, but I shouldn't have that problem because you guys know I like to roll with jump packs. But just in case, I'm gonna leave that sucker on there, man. You know, worst case scenario, I drop the bag and I get my foot in there some kind of way and kick it. I'm thinking maybe I might just need to probably extend it out a little bit, make it come up under the side panel, and have a kickstart right about here. Now that's an idea. Yeah, might just do that, man. That way I have a backup plan, you know, without having to take the bike apart. Huh, okay. But anyway, I'm gonna drop the cover off. We got to go ahead and drain the gear oil out of here. Now I already have my gear oil, and I like to use the Lucas gear oil. Where the heck, there we go. I like to use this Lucas gear oil, heavy duty performance, the 80-90 weight. So we're gonna put that back in. So let me go ahead, guys, and get the panel off. Okay, gang, I hope you guys can hear me. I got the fan on. It is a little hot out here today. It's 91 degrees, but I put some insulation on top of the shed, some foam insulation and a tarp to hold it down yesterday, and it's a whole lot cooler in here with the fan blowing now. So, all right, guys, I am going to have to replace this belt at some time. Probably not right now because I don't have one, but yep, I got to get the starter gear to go back in there. But other than that, the belt don't look bad. It's not dry rotted or checked any kind of way. No cracks in it. But here's a good time to go ahead, write down your belt size before it snaps, and then you have to go online asking everybody what size is the belt for your engine. So we have a 743/20/30. I'm gonna go ahead and write that down. Now first I want to go ahead and drain out my gear oil. Now you have two places for your gear oil. You have here, that's where you fill it, and then you have another one up under the bottom, that's where you drain it. And then you have all of these little 8mm bolts. I don't remember, but I think I gotta take the clutch off too to get that off. So I don't know, let me go ahead and look at it real good. Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, because it's bolts behind the clutch. So I'm going to go ahead and take the clutch off real quick. Oh, there you go. Came right off. Well, not right off, but it's off. So take the clutch bell off. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just take the variator off and everything too. All right, let's switch to a bigger gun. All right, my little DeWalt wouldn't get it, but this big old Earthquake EXT half-inch that I got, I'd have busted loose. Got that from Harbor Freight too. I think it was $250. I had it for a while now though, so I don't know if they still sell them or the price is the same. All right. This sucker's no joke. I think it's 1,200 foot-pounds, guys, and it busts it right off. Alrighty. Let's take this all off, check everything while we in here. Like I say, now that belt, That don't look too bad, but I'm gonna grab another one and keep it on the bike just in case, you know, or put it on and then put that one in as a backup. All right, let's check our variator weights out. I want to make sure these little plastic pieces in here, these little slide pieces, are all in there. If not, it will dig into the side of your variator and jam it up, and you will have a bad time. All right, look like we just have some regular old stock roller weights. Like 14 gram, what it kind of feels like. Nothing special, all stock. I expect it to be all stock though. All right, guys, so now let's see. Everything's a little rusty. This bike did sit outside for some time. And other than that, just dusty. Nothing alarming in here. Alright guys, inside there you see all these 8mm bolts. We'll have to remove all of these. There's one there too. It's crusty and dusty, but it's there. Gotta remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 bolts to get the clutch off. Well, the final drive gears case. So let me go ahead and drain this fluid out and I'll be right back. Okay, while that gear oil is dripping out of there, let's go on ahead and get us my cardboard side panels, another coat of fiberglass resin. Now you just want to pour your fiberglass resin with a little bit of hardener, not much. You know, read the instructions. I'm no expert on this, but I've done it a couple times. Just want to get another layer on it. Kind of hard to do with one hand, but you guys get the gist. Okay, gang, real quick, when you're doing this fiberglass resin, you'll know you got it mixed up good when it goes from the pinkish color, which this brand is, to a darker color. So once you hit that color, if it's still pink, it's not mixed up good. All right, let me get the rest of it on. It's all dripped out, so go ahead and take these 8mm off now. Okay guys, going to knock the case off. I got my little old baby hammer from Harbor Freight. Now there's a little lip right here that you can knock on right there, and that should pop the case off. There we go. Alrighty. So looking inside the case, man, it doesn't look bad. I don't see no metal chunks, anything. The bearings look good. Everything seems to be in good working order. Okay, let's just set this down real quick. You set it down on the other end of the tray so it can continue to drip off. Let's not make messes today. It's Sunday. You gotta keep it clean. I ain't take my gloves off. I'm gonna have to get my hands dirty for this. Alrighty. Pull this gear here off. Set it in the pan. Pull this gear off next. Set it in the pan. Now these are your final drives. These are stock ones. I don't remember what the tooth count is on those, but you shouldn't change those until you do a big board kit, your variator weights, do all your tuning. This should be the last thing you do, so hence final drive. All right guys, need to go ahead and pull this shaft out. This is the one we're going to swap out. So there it is there. Now I should have went ahead and bought a seal kit since I was doing all of this, but it just crossed my mind, so we're not gonna do that now. Hopefully it don't leak when it go back in. I'll make sure I grease everything up. All right guys, go ahead and pull the other shaft out the other motor I showed you earlier. Okay guys, got our new axle here. I went ahead and took the liberty of cleaning it off. Now you want to check your seal surface, make sure it's not pitted or anything, but this one's pretty good. So pretty much all I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of axle grease on it, or what the heck is this? Gear oil. A little gear oil on it, so we don't mess up that seal before we put it back in, you know what I mean? I don't want this thing to be dry, so There we go. Slide this sucker right back in there, and there it is there. Now I need to go ahead and clean out the case. Normally I would just take some brake clean or something and spray this sucker out, but I'm fresh out, so. And I forgot to get it when I was at the store, so this rag is gonna have to do. There we go. Let's get that out. We can start off clean and fresh as possible, you know. There's gonna be some in the bearings I can't get out, but hey, it is what it is, right? Alright, so this gear that's pressed into this gear goes in first when you're putting it back together. Now, when you get a higher gear ratio or a different gear ratio, shall I say, you're gonna have to have a shop press to press this out. Now, you can get them from some places. I think it's Rolling Wrench. They'll go ahead and press them in for you for a higher cost, but I have a press, so we don't have to go that route. All right, slide that sucker back in. We put this gear back on, and now I just got to take all this gasket off here and get our new gasket on. So let me get all this cleaned up, guys, and I'll cut you back in. Okay, gang, that is it. Just gonna go ahead and put the screws back in now and zip this case back together. Now, as far as these the bolts are concerned, you have two shorter ones. Well, actually, I think it's three shorter ones. They go on the inside of your case. Okay, so you don't get it all mixed up. They go on the inside of your case, and the rest of them go on the outside. So one more, and it's right there. All right, I'm gonna zip this all together. First, let me show you. There we go. Our long shaft is inserted. So I'm gonna zip this sucker all back together, tighten it up, and put some gear oil in it. Alright guys, I got the bottle rigged up on self-filling mode and just got the belt here hanging off the bag mount. So I'm going in the house and have a sandwich while this thing fills up. Okay guys, check it out. Got it all back together. Turn this fan off real quick for a sec. Alright, got our wheel on, and it's time to go ahead and cut the swing arm brace. So looks like I'm going to have to cut, I don't know, maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches out of it. What I'm really going to do is set it down here. Oh yeah, you gotta see I got that tire off. I went ahead and cut that sucker off. I wasn't about to fight with that at all. Ordered a brand new Kenda to go in here. All right guys, but here's the plan of execution. I'm gonna go ahead, I gotta cut this exhaust mount out, and then I'm just gonna cut it straight up the middle, you know, and then put one side on, and I'm gonna overlap it. Probably this side is gonna be under this side, and it's gonna see where it falls, and we'll just weld it right back together. Put a little plate or something on the back for extra bracing, but that's about it guys. And I'm probably gonna cut this mount off too, so that's what we're gonna do.
Under pressure, no more time. Can we make a move? Overthinking, you and I. What do we have to lose? 'Cause I'm wasting all my time thinking of the things we could do. If you gave me one more sign, I could find a way to
Alright guys, got that mount cut off. There it is there. I'm gonna hold on to that, throw that in my scrap box pile. Oh, still hot. And I flattened it out on the inside too where it poked out. I got my grinder that plugs in the wall to flatten that one out. The old electric one, well, the battery powered Craftsman, it wasn't gonna cut it. Alright guys, now I'm gonna cut a line straight down the middle. I don't know if I caught that or not on film, guys, but the tour pack was not bolted. I just set it up there for the thumbnail. It was just barely sitting back here on this mount, so yeah, that sucker just fell off and almost took me out, man. But all right, so let's check it out. Gonna have to get this up here now. I think I got too many spaces in here. Is it all the way in? Yep, too many spacers. So I lost the space that originally came with this axle, so I figured it might have been 2 spaces, but I think I was wrong. So I didn't have any threads sticking out. All right, that looks better. All right, so we got that side. Now let me grab the other side. And it bolts in like this. So, Alright. Man, that was a little bit more than an inch. Yeah. Grab some bolts and bolt that in, but yeah, God, look at that guy. That thing, it's like that whole section in the middle from here to here is going to be gone. So, oh well. All right, let me get some bolts and bolt this stuff up so it'll stop flipping and flopping on me. Okay, y'all, check that out, man. That fits pretty good. I don't know if you can see what I'm seeing, but it lays like right on there. My wheel is not bound up. And if you can see on the back side here, see how close that is? I don't think I'm gonna cut and then have to brace. I'm just gonna weld these 2 pieces right back together just the way they are. I'm gonna disconnect my CDI and battery and everything real quick, and I'm gonna pull that piece off, and I gotta clean the paint off of it right here, but I'm gonna give it a good tack right there so we can take the whole thing off and then burn it in complete. All right, let me get this thing off real quick.
Proud. Proud. See, I gamble with your life. Proud of me. You can say that I'm proud of me. Proud to be one of the greatest rappers, I'm a prodigy. I don't say sorry, I make no apologies. No, you hate to acknowledge me. Only greatness surrounding me. I run it. Mama told me she was proud. She told me I had it in me, I'm just pulling it out. Now all of you niggas can bow. How did he come in the game like a prodigy? Boy, I'm colder than commonly. I'm a star, that's astrology. I'm a king, yeah, that's sovereignty. Yeah, I got it. I don't rap about accomplishments. Half of you rappers are counterfeit. Bound to get crowded when everyone chasing clout. Play that shit till you play it out. This is as real as it gets. You don't know what's...
Okay guys, check it out. Got this sucker back into one piece now. Well, I say, I am not ashamed of them little whales. They look alright. They look alright, decent. Got it down the side here. Well, I see how they overlapped each other. I didn't cut it into each other, but got a little crazy up in here because, man, there was some straight up Grand Canyon gaps right around in here to here. So that's why you saw me, I guess you can, I don't know if you can see it on the time lapse or not. I started darting back inside. You know, I started bouncing that welding wire off each wall until I filled up them holes. And that bead down there on that side is pretty good. Like I said, it got a little wonky in there. Now this welding wire, this Vulcan welding wire that from Harbor Freight, it's junk, man. It leaves a lot of splatter, man. It was like a valley of splatter in there. I just took the little chisel and knocked them off. They wasn't on there very hard. I need to get some of that splatter spray, but can't find none locally. I'm about to reach out and phone a friend, see where I can find that. Now this edge here did come off straight and sharp. I took the cutoff wheel and put a little angle at it. You know, I mean, it's not going to be seen, but I don't want it to look bad, you know. I don't know, guys, but that looks good. So let's see, can we get it back on here now? I have to go in the front first. I tacked it and pulled it off. Let's see, can I get it back on? Oh, there we go. I was about to say, I need two hands. There it is there, guys. Alrighty. Well, no need in bolting it up right now because I gotta wait on the tire to come in. Next, we're going to go ahead and work on this foot bar. Well, y'all, it is the following week. Go ahead and catch you guys up to some progress that I made during the week. Our custom chop down swing arm is on and bolted, and see, I painted it black. Got that brand new Kinder tire that came in. I don't know if I mentioned it in this video or showed it to you guys, but we got a new 3.5010 Kinder tire on there. I like that tread. Yep, so all right. And in the last time lapse, where the last clip ended off, we were working on the foot bar. Well, look at it there, guys. It is on. I'm digging this thing. I love it. I don't know if I'm in love with my mounts. I made these mounts with those shaft collars, and these are axle spacers right here for like your rear axle. You know, we got the extended axle on the back. But yeah, I had two of these, and I mean, I like it. I'm just not sure I'm in love with it. Definitely gonna need some end caps to go over top of these two holes, but yeah, I'm digging it, guys. Folds up and everything real nice. All right, guys, now I got one side of the side cover panels pretty much complete. How does it go? Like that, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna have to just put some body filler over it, spread it out, smooth it, and this side is done. Still got to work on that side, so I might do that this weekend, get that ready to go. So now, guys, I think what I want to work on, I should be jumping on this fender, but I don't know why. I'm just sandbagging on that. I don't want to do it, but it's got to be done, man. So I might just go ahead and grab the sheet metal and start, you know, reshaping this fender the way I want it. I want it to look more like a traditional Harley fender, but I don't know. But I guess what I can do in this episode is, well, not episode, but in this video, let's go ahead and get the tail light wired in, you know, wherever my rear panel is. Oh, right down there. So I want to go ahead and get the tail light wired in, and the signals and headlight wired up, you know. So we can go take a ride, man. I want to put all the bags on. I got to put the hinges back on to do that. And I want to take a ride. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And today, this weekend, is just, let's just ride. I mean, the fabrication is almost done. We're down to side panels and fender. And I believe that's it. You know, then we got to go paint it. And I got a design in my head. I'm still trying to work that out. But all right, guys, we're just going ahead and work on this tail light, or lighting situation, front and back, and we're gonna take old Chuck Bagger for a spin. Got the tail light out, and I got the wiring diagram that was online for it, and the black wire is negative, the blue one is the tail light, and the red one is the brake. Okay, I went back to the parts bike and got the original tail light that came with this wiring harness from the donor bike. And this is pretty much gonna be simple, man. We're just gonna plug it right on in there to where it came from and hook our signals up. Now guys, let me go ahead and show you the signals that we got for the bike. Yes, here is our signals. This is what we're going to use. These go on the bags like so. Have like adhesive strip on the back, so these are not going to be permanently mounted until the bags are done and painted. So here we go. Oh, can't talk. There we go there, guys. Oh, there we go there. That don't even sound right, but anyway, there we go. I like that, man. So that is going to be extra brake light, and these will be the signals. So there's going to be one on each side of the bike. So there it is there. All right guys, so I'm going to get to soldering, and I got those like solder stick like connections, but they're not made by solder stick, so this should go pretty quickly. Take it apart, put it back together. Take it apart, put it back together. Well, things got interesting real quick over here, man. I had to break out the test light while I was doing it anyway, because I just want to test the lights to make sure I know which one is my tail light. See this wire here? It's my tail light. Lights up. The brown one is for the brake light. Brown for brake. And the green one is just the ground. Well, I had brake light, the brown wire, but I didn't have tail light. Now, this harness had some rigging going on up front, and this wire is for the brake wire, and it runs for, well, not brake wire, the tail light. It runs all the way to the back. Well, I traced it back up, and here it's cut, so I had to end up putting a connection on the end, one of those bullet connections on the end, and running it back into here. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to go. There's another wire on the other side coming out from this harness that matches the one that's coming out here for the brake light, but the brake light works. So I don't know. I mean, here's my brake light switch for the right side, and it works. So I don't know, guys, but yeah, I am getting tired of taking this thing apart and putting it back together. But I guess that's what it's all about, man. You know, when you're doing something that hadn't been done before. All right, I had to go get the original headlight for this wiring harness that came off the donut bike, so I could just figure out which ones were the headlights, because I was figuring the cut ones were, but no, this is our headlight plug right there. Sorry guys, that was about an hour of troubleshooting. But anyway, now those solder stick connections I was telling you about, I was wanting to get in the start. Can't talk. I wanted to get the solder stick connections, but it was going to take too long to get here, so I got this knockoff Ticon, how do you say that? Yeah, I got that knockoff set, and it works pretty good. I've already used them, and let's see, but I can't use my heat gun because my heat gun is about 15 years old. You see, it's a old Harbor Freight Drill Master series, and this thing is my blow dryer in the house gets hotter than this, the ones the kids use. But okay, all right guys, now that that's figured out, I'm gonna go ahead and first I'm gonna wire up the tail lights. I got the signals figured out. Oh yeah, that was another adventure. My signal switch up here decided that it wanted to break and dry rot. So this piece pretty much wasn't making the signal connection. So, and there's a bushing in there that's gone now, it's dry rotted out. So I ended up having to go in there, put a new switch in, because here is the old switch here, and you can see right there is broken. Other side is straight, that side is broken. Well, luckily we had another one, and I was able to go ahead and swap out the switch out of that hand control. So now, oh, here it is. Yeah, I took the one out of this one and put it into our hand control on the left side. So we're good there, we're good now. We should be good with lights and everything. So I'm gonna wire this up and I'm gonna show you guys. Well, I'll tune you back in when I'm done. There was a bird up there just going ham, man. But as soon as I brought the camera out, he decided to pipe down. All right, guys, gonna show you guys real quick how easy these little solder joint things are. Man, I mean, I don't know how many of you guys have ever done wiring, but you know you got to break out the soldering gun, the solder, and then the piece of shrink wrap, you know, and you go ahead and you solder your wire, and then you realize that you forgot to put the shrink wrap on, so you didn't have to unsolder it just so you can come back and put the shrink wrap on and do it all over again. Well, man, with these type of things here, you eliminate that, because I just did that on this one. I tied the wire and I was like, dude, I didn't even put the little piece on. Well, you can't solder it because the solder is inside there. So, man, that really helps out for, you know, people like me that just are forgetful from time to time. All right, I got my little micro torch here and just gonna heat it up. Bring you guys in close so you can see it. And just like that, that is done. And I've already used them before, man, and I must say these are not the solder sticks like you see on Facebook advertised all the time. But like I say, I don't know the history on these things. I don't know who came first, this company solder stick, I don't know. But to me, it's all about how fast you can get them, and the solder sticks are going to take a couple days, and I needed these things the next day, and that's how they came. And yeah, all different sizes, and they had the sizes right there for you. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and plumb in the signal lights now, and then I guess the front signals and headlight, and we'll get this show on the road. Okay, let me show you guys the tail light real quick. Go ahead and just turn the ignition on, and oh, you see it's on. We got our LED tag light because the tag is gonna sit up top, and we have our tail lights and brake lights. Man, I am digging that. So all right, I'm gonna go ahead and not run, but next step is to hook up our signal lights. So I'm gonna get right on that right now. Hey, I don't know if any of you guys drink coffee, but if you do, drink up. It's the only thing that keeps me from becoming a complete rage monkey when doing wiring. Okay, gang, check it out. Chuck Bagger is back together. Got our tail lights and everything on, and our signals, and man, this thing is looking right. Now I still have to finish the side panels and the fender, and one or two other things, but this thing is about 97% complete. You know, paint, fender, side panels, 97%. So all right, check this out. The foot peg bar mount clamps came in, and shout out to Bobby Laro, man. I'm sorry if I'm murdering your last name, man, but I'm not good with those. All right, I like them better than my little homemade ones I got here, but I am going to cut these bottom pieces off and stick them up under here, and take my shaft collars and chuck them back in the box or something else. I just need to raise this bar up, you know, about 1/4 inch, and that's about how far they stuck out. But all right, guys, check it out. We got lights, tail lights, signals. Check that out. Yes, sir. Hit that right signal. There we go. Those lights is looking greasy, man. I'm loving them. All right, you see we got our headlight working. I don't know why it comes on with the bike not being running, but well, it is what it is. I kind of like it, so it is what it is. All right, let's hit the other side for the front. Make sure everything is working. There we go. We all working. So all right, guys, I'm gonna see you guys in the morning. We're gonna take Chuck Bagger on a spin. Now we still got to do the paint and stuff, and we still got to do the fender and the side panel. So Chuck Bagger is like 97% complete, but we're just gonna right now, until I figure out how I'm gonna do this paint, we're just gonna ride it and enjoy it, because it's already tagged up and it's ready for the road anyway. It runs, it drives. So hey guys, we're just gonna roll it for right now until we figure it out. But check it out. Alright guys, Like I told you, that carburetor just needed to be cleaned again. It was the pilot jet, sat for a month, and it was already clogged up, guys. But all right, I'm gonna see you guys back in the morning, man, because it's like 99 degrees out here. The fan is off, and that means it's about 107, 108 in here. So I'm gonna see you guys in the morning. We're gonna take a run. All right, top of the morning, y'all. All right, I got old Chuck Bagger all bolted up, tightened down. I ran through it real quick, tightened up some bolts. You can see I put my finish washers all in. I got my tag mounted. It's covered up because some of you guys out there are weirdos. But yeah, I went ahead and made that second panel to go over top to give this thing some more strength so it's not wobbly. I still haven't done the bottom yet because I don't have enough of the ABS plastic to make the bottom. So we're gonna put that on order. But yeah, guys, you can see the lip of it there. I didn't just want to do it flat across, so I just put a little angle at it, ran it into the top of the headlight because we had a little area in there that needed to be filled up, and it's pretty good now. So yeah, guys, it is all buttoned up. Everything is tight. Gave it a good little wipe down, and I'm going to go get dressed and we'll bend a couple corners, give it a little shakedown, you know. Well, I found the first issue on the shakedown. Okay, see that little line I got notched out there? Use that. My carburetor, it's hitting. All right, I got that floorboard clearanced out. Went a little bit wider than I was going to at first because of the bracket that holds the throttle cable is hitting here too. So, all right, look like that is solved. So let's keep running on this shakedown and see what else we can find wrong.
Shooting faster than a cheetah, harder than a jalapeno. I'm a superstar. I'm a superstar.
Well, Houston, we have a problem. I made it to the gas station and filled the tank up, and I found a leak in the gas tank. If I can fix that real quick. All right. Hopefully we don't set this thing ablaze on the way back.
I sit upon my mountaintop, meditate to find my beat. For 42 days I write these words so I can find my speech. In the search I find that all I'm looking for resides in me. And when I let it out it seems to glide upon this melody. I sit upon my mountaintop, meditate to find my beat. For 42 days I write these words so I can find my speech. In the search I find that all I'm looking for resides in me. And when I let it out it seems to glide upon this melody.
I'm here to masterpiece. My fear won't disappear. It's clear it's here to the use. Only a fool would abuse. I'm here to light the fuse. Inside the fire, inside the people, so they find a muse. That way we all can get inspired, find our path to choose. The road is wide, trying to stay on top of my moves. Stay in motion, true to the K I am. Always look out for my tribe, it's just the way I am. Try to stay on top my moves, stay in motion, true to the K I am. Always look out for my tribe, it's just the way I am.
We made it back, guys, back in the shop. Man, that was a great little run. Found some problems. We know we got a little leak in the gas tank, no big dealy. We can take care of that. And had to clearance the floorboard. But other than that, it was lovely, man. I mean, no issues other than that. Well, here's one issue. This bar that holds my mirrors, I mean, it's good. It's a good spot, but this bar is too short. I'm gonna have to replace this bar with a longer bar and push these mirrors out about another 2 inches on each side, so 4 inches total. I need longer bars, so that's no big deal. And I gotta see if I can tighten this mirror up because it is floppy. Yeah, hopefully I can tighten these up, but yeah. Oh, well, I see. I already figured it out. The mount that is on is twisting here. Okay, so all right, that's the purpose of this ride, guys. It was a shakedown run, you know, try to find out what's all the little issues before we get this thing all painted up, you know. So I'm gonna ride it some more, take it out for another couple spins, you know, make sure everything is good. Now we need to go ahead and make that panel back here too to cover all of this here. I think I'm just gonna make some side panels for the side and a panel to follow this bar here around and just go straight down. So that's my plan execution on that. But other than that, guys, the bike is good. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here, guys, on a good note. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.